My, I'm not sure how my time's gonna look, but I'm going to spend what time I have before I don't have it anymore. So, for those of you who've been following regularly, you might have heard me talk about this already, but for those of you who haven't, ice magic is something I'm relatively new to. In many games I've played before, I've always liked to go blaster caster, and fire damage is just more potent than its equivalent in ice magic, especially in the end game. Firestorm was better than Ice Storm, so but and while ice magic definitely has better utility, sure. Um, yeah. That being said, Frozen Ramparts changed everything. Frozen Ramparts, or is it called Freezing Ramparts? I gotta get it. Frozen Ramparts is such a good level 3 spell. It's on the level of Mephitic all by itself for how much utility it gives you. And it synergizes with Freeze, and it synergizes with Okazuba's armor, so they're really good spells in terms of forming a holistic package. So let's take a look at this Okazuba's Refrigeration. I've heard good things about it. Drains heat from the caster and their surroundings, causing harm to all creatures not resistant to cold, bypassing any armor the targets might have, preventing use of potions. So can't use potions, that's bad. 4d12 damage, that's good. AoE, everything that sees me. It doesn't give me a range, so I have to assume it's everything in sight. That's great. Completely resisted if you're cold is how I'm reading this. I don't know if that's true or not. It would suck if that's the case, but, huh. I think at this point I have to make the presumption that that's what it's saying. See, my instinct is to go with Freezing Cloud. That's what I know, that's what I always use. But if Okazuba's Refrigeration is good, then it would behoove me to learn that, and what better time to learn that than now? I think I just convinced myself. We're gonna memorize this, guys, and, let's see where that takes us. Right now, we are resistant to cold, so if I cast Okazuba's Refrigeration just by itself, I take no damage. I am not permitted to drink potions. It does specify that I resist. If I remove my resistance to cold, I think that would be my cloak, yeah? Mm-hmm. And I recast Okazuba's Refrigeration. The heat is drained, you feel very cold. I didn't take any damage, so I'm not required to resist cold in order to use this. That's very good to know. I'll go ahead and put that back on. Alright, let's get into battle. Ooh, speaking of which, there's the Roar of Battle. That's very important. If I had to guess, I'd say that's probably a merchant or the Bailey. But I don't have to guess. That's where the Bailey is. We absolutely want to go to the Bailey. The only thing I'm missing to make the Bailey ultra safe right now is repel missiles. But I have Mephitic Cloud, which is quite good. Yeah, there's no way in heck I'm getting a tower shield, so forget it. How do we deal with these guys? They carrying anything I want to loot? +4 spear, +4 spear, -1 spear, +0 spear. I don't need a good spear, I already have good spear, so we're just gonna drown these guys. The only other consideration would be to keep them alive so that I can get more gold off them, but seeing as to how I'm already at 2,000 gold, I'm not exactly broke and desperate for every last penny. Let's get out of range of that basilisk. Good. Turn on the walls just in case he does get the better of me. Good. Okay, so we cleared that. I hope that Wraith doesn't intervene, but it might. Nope, it didn't. Into the portcullis. Okay, so there's going to be a giant fight, followed by money, followed by God knows what. Let's see if refrigeration is as cool as it sounds. A 1, a 2, you know what to do. Refrigerate! Oh, that felt good. I haven't enjoyed... the last time I did something like that was when I ignited poison on a bunch of bees. That was so cool. And thanks to Gazog, they all became money. Oh, can we do it again? Can we do it again? Let's do it. Obliviate! No, that's not it. Refrigerate! Let's pick off the stragglers. Oh, man. Oh, man. I could not have memorized the spell at a better time, and I couldn't have found a Bailey at a better time. And look at the money I'm making off this place. My God, it's nutty. And a stack of curing, mites, resistance, mites, curing. If this is a dangerous place, and I hit a teleport, I'm at least 1 in 4 odds, I would say, to escape off the back of that. I don't have a blink scroll. I can fog if I need to escape somebody's by vision. So here we go. Orcish Knight's a little bit stronger. We're going to be a bit more cautious here. We're going to run away and rely on them to chase us. Alright, that's a good cluster. Let's go ahead and slug these guys with Refrigerate. Good. Now we'll approach, Refrigerate. Refrigerate. And one more Refrigerate. Close the door and run for it. Fiddick, and finish the job. Close the door. Close the door. Fiddick, and finish the job. There's more of them, huh? Refrigerate. Refrigerate would... What the hell? Just happened. Oh, he summoned shadow creatures. Normally this would be scary, but in this situation, refrigerate! They all die. Oh my god. I can't believe I never have used this before. Probably the whole phrasing of drains heat from the caster and his surroundings had me convinced at all times that it would deal cold damage to myself, and just the mere thought of killing myself with my own spell is too much to bear. Don't ask me why I got so comfortable with Orb of Destruction, but clearly that isn't the case. Even taking off my cold resistance, I was good. Alright, we're cleared. We got a bunch of weapon enchants. I'm going to keep these in stash until I can get a weapon that I'm actually happy to enchant. I don't know which one that would be, but we'll see. And also, it looks like most people have left the stream at this point, which, yeah, I don't blame y'all. Though it's still listing several people being in chat, so... Yeah, tomato, tomato. How do I view this? Eventually I'll learn how to use Twitch more efficiently, and I am actually grateful for whatever tips people can give. Alright, we'll go back to the game. This is the biggest issue, honestly, is because it's a pure cold spell, it does nothing to non-cold... It doesn't deal irresistible damage to the non-cold enemies. But then again, how is Freezing Cloud any different? And Freezing Cloud is super useful. Good. Let's poison, drag you close to me. I still keep thinking in terms of being hunger-bound, when in reality I am not. What is my... I don't even know what I'm using for refrigerate. D? That's the wrong letter. I'm gonna change it to letter R. I used to put fireball in letter R, so I'll think of it similarly. The other thing that's important is it's actually only really dealing with the popcorn minions. It's not necessarily dealing with big, heavy hitters very well. Oh, welcome back, Spindart. I don't know how long I'm here for, but what time I have, I will happily spend. I am deeply enjoying Refrigerate, which I've never used before, and God, it's fun. It's already proven its worth. Hell of a level 6 spell. Slug. Finish. It feels like a Mortal Kombat finish him moment. The minus potion ability is probably more dangerous than I'm thinking it is, but it doesn't last very long. So as long as you are careful to use refrigerate when it's going to be effective, you probably don't have to worry about the fact that you won't get to use potions afterwards. Oh. Refrigerate! Refrigerate! I should not enjoy that as much as I do. But I do enjoy it as much as I do. Like, legitimately, I haven't had that much fun since I gassed the Orcish mines back in the day. Or since I used Ignite Poison to torch the beehives. Good times, man. Good times. Let's light the walls up. Y'all just keep pummeling, please. Thank you. Isn't it wonderful how they'll literally walk to their doom for you? Okay. That looks suspicious. I have plenty of magic mapping, so I'm in no rush to get in there. Oh, look at that. 5 enemies within LOS. Well, I wonder what I'm gonna do. Oh, I know. Refrigerate! This feels OP. I know it's not. I can list the limitations, but I think what I need now is some decent fire ability. Probably I should switch over to using that Spear of Flaming. Because on average, the enemies that I'm going to be stuck fighting are the ones who resisted all of my cold. Nah, it's whatever. Come to me, man. Also, do you refrigerate? Oh, you refrigerate? Dang, I thought you were like a statue or something. Okay, well, guess not. Refrigerate? Normally, if spell hungering was a thing, this would be a bad idea to be spamming a spell that's level 6 when you can get away with using lesser spells. But it's not a thing, which means Orcish Mines, baby! If I can take out ogres and orcs and moss, I can if I can waste a Bailey, I can definitely deal with this. Oh, I'm marked. Oh, I didn't realize I got marked. Okay. Retreat to the exit, just in case we get overwhelmed. And in case we don't get overwhelmed, get the refrigerator plugged in. Yeah, that's not quite enough enemies to make my refrigerator worthwhile. That's enough enemies to make my refrigerator worthwhile. Refrigerate! Holy crap, they all just died. Refrigerate! Man, this is like an early game Firestorm level power. Even freezing clouds take 3-4 turns to inflict the damage they're gonna do. This just insta-gibs them. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Azrael? Am I resistant to fire? Oh, thank God. Refrigerate. 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 And just to finish the job. So satisfying. So goddamn satisfying. I'd be worrying about my skill ordering so badly right now on any other character. Okay, you got Distortion and Curari. Thank God I'm on the staircase already. I'm gonna confuse you first, because I have massive respect for how dangerous you can be. And then we'll refrigerate the crap out of you. If I come down that staircase right now, the Ettin's likely to bash my head in. Part of me wants to actually take the time to find a wand of digging before I go on. But the other part's like, just deal with it. Yep, sure enough, the Ettin was there to bash my head in, as predicted. I'm gonna drop a confuse. And then a couple refrigerates to finish the job. And there we go. That Cyclops could end me pretty hard with rocks, so let's full heal. And slug him with the refrigerator. My god. The thing is, all these piles of gold serve as a distraction, potentially, as well. We're gonna pick up this Dagger of Distortion. I don't intend to wield it, because if you unwield a Dagger of Distortion, you can get Abyssed. But I don't want an orc to pick it up and get a lucky slug on me. Oh man, so much money. Do not be an LOS of an orc sorcerer if you can avoid it, because they will start spawning summons. Good, good. Alright, we're full healed, heading up. Quick refrigerator to enter the floor safely. My god. I didn't know that, so there's an irresistible component as well? That's fantastic. Well, not irresistible. There's a unresisted component. And apparently it straight up does not damage you at all. I'm going to petition that they change the description to make that very obvious, because the way they say it, they specify including the caster, right? And, hang on, let's pull it up and read it together. Alright. Drains heat from the caster and their surrounding, causing harm to all creatures, including humans, like yourself, not resistant to cold, and bypassing any armor. It straight up sounds like it should damage yourself. And it's a 6th level spell, so you're not just going to casually branch out to memorize it unless you know it's worthwhile, and you're certainly not going to do it. Yeah, I think that's a gross, not, what am I trying to say? Not a typo. That's a poor description. A grossly mistaken description. The fact that it ignores AC could potentially make this useful even against, like, the Volt greeting party. The 20 or so Volt guards that show up when you get to Vaults 5. Not that I'm super comfortable dealing with them just yet, because there's plenty of other things. Actually, this would work on all of those guys, all the different human, the Vault Sentinel, the Vault Guard, the Sentry and all that. Yeah, wow. Oh, no way. Oh, my stealth. My stealth is so good, I just literally walked into this and they're not waking up. But the wizard has distortion, so that's not good. Let's just do this and get rid of him. And him too. And just for shits and giggles, we'll get rid of him too. The last one is distracted by the gold, so we're just gonna run away. Orcish High Priest is a very scary thing. I'll slug him a couple times, and then pop up. You know, if I ever actually make... so I'm posting some of these runs to my YouTube channel, and at this point, just based on the presence of at least one moment of pure joy, this one is almost certainly getting posted. If it becomes long enough of a run that it's worth a high-speed redux of the whole run, it's gonna have so many blue flashes, I'm gonna need to, like, put in a seizure inducement warning. Orcish mines are... Whoa, what was that? What happened? I got slowed. If I'm slowed, I should not be intentionally taking on more damage. Let's just back off. Nice and careful, like. Okay. The more... I mean, again, I'm not talking about people who are going for, like, high skill, speed runs or the like, but in general, taking more time to buy more security is almost always the right trade-off. Like right now, even though I'm technically fine, I should be backing off, going upstairs, recovering to 28 and MP, and then coming back, instead of standing my ground, recovering what I can, and then firing again. Orc Sorcerer, you should be properly confused. That'll get the Priest included in the AoE. Good. Yeah, who needs potions for 2 or 3 turns when you just killed 5 creatures? My god. How is this spell legal? It's so good. If this spell inflicted 1d6 harm to yourself or more, it would still be OP. No, it would still be excellent. I don't want to say OP. Excellent. I'm going to buy a Blink Scroll. It's just such a good thing to have handy. The rest of these I could take or leave. Though saying that about Fog is apparently a really bad idea, so let's take Fog. Do I need Identify anymore? Well, I mean, yeah, I have un-ID'd stuff, so by definition I need ID. Let's take as much of it as I can, and quickly finish off the ID game here. Okay. Oh, Potion of Magic, what a find. Yes! Yes! Let's see what spells the store has. Nope. Freezing Cloud I just already have access to, so I don't need. Airstrike and Swiftness are both nice. I actually have this exact book already. Fireball. Problem is, I'm already spamming a level 6 spell, so my MP is at limitation. I could take the Manual of Crossbowery. Sure. Poison Vapors would be nice, but I hear that they nerfed that. It used to be a level 6 massive gas cloud like Freezing Cloud. Now it's much less pronounced. And Toxins in Air. Ignite Poison's still tempting. So a bunch of potentially interesting stuff, but nothing that's a gung-ho get. The Manual of Crossbows is probably useless to me since I'm not necessarily going crossbowery, but there's no harm in having it, and it will... if I understand the way that the formula works, having the crossbow manual will not detract from anything else. Ooh, another bookstore. Unless it's the same one I just didn't notice. No, it's a new bookstore. Nope. Dragon form is cool. For funsies, anyway. I can't use Animate Dead or Skeleton primarily because all my corpses turn to money. Borgnor's Vile Clutch is another spell that I've heard people use a lot, and I know is supposed to be important, but I don't know why it's important. I've never used it before. I'm going to put that on my list of things to think about. What else do you got? I've heard good things about Ignition. It's a high-level spell that I can't cast yet. All foes in the caster's surroundings are engulfed in balls of fire. Oh! Okay, so Okazoba's Refrigeration. Oh, hey there, Lithium. Good to see you. And, yeah, holy crap, right? I mean, again, the spell description straight up reads like it hurts yourself. So I have no idea why anyone would choose it, and that's... This guy's right here is the most important book in the game, in my opinion, for a Conjurer. Not for my run, but for a Conjurer. If you have Spellforce Servitor and Orb of Destruction, you have enough DPS to kill Orbs of Fire and Ancient Liches with good timing and positioning. These two spells are all you need for offense for the entire 3-rune game. I'm tempted to take it, actually, because I don't have a direct damage spell. And Orb of Destruction, if I can get it castable, that's the big if. 91% fail, so right now there's no point. But if I can get it castable, is definitely worth the consideration. Don't need this. Refrigerator can kill Orbs of Fire? how much damage does this... I guess because it doesn't get blocked by AC. So yeah, I guess it theoretically could. Damn. I mean, yeah, at this point I clearly don't need much, but Curari darts are always fun. I don't need an Arbalest. I don't need any of this stuff. I'm not gonna buy it. What a miser I'm turning into. Clearly I am a Gozagite. Gozagite? Gosling? I'm a Gosling. Willpower, fire resist. What am I actually wearing right now? Archmagus. Archmagi robe is fine. I don't need it. I could do better eventually, but the real tricky part again is I think I am about 3 spell levels away from being ready to do something more drastic. But because I am playing a Gnoll, 3 spell levels will take a long time. I have 1 pip of R Fire, 1 pip of R Cold, no R Elec, and no R Poison. I'm probably okay to dip my toe into Elf if I really want to, but I don't really want to, so I'm not going to. So we basically gobsmacked the orc... the orcs, and without resist poison or flight, the swamp and the spider nest are both pretty tricky places, respectively. I'm not saying I can't do it, and you could probably go into one and get the ability to resist poison, but at this point, the safest decision is probably just to keep going with my dungeon run. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have killed the first one and then refrigerated. I should have refrigerated first and then seen what was left. Like this. My god. Guys, this is nuts. This is like tab fighter level easy play. I don't know, maybe it's... I wish I could take credit and say I'm doing something clever, but I just genuinely feel like this spell might be overtuned. I'm used to using, even at this stage of the game, I'm used to using like Conjure Flame and Dazzling Spray and stuff, right? And if I have a good level 6 spell, I'm probably talking about Fireball and Delayed Fireball for targeting my enemies. Oh no. I just walked right into Fanar, didn't I? Let's do this. Let's get both of us dancing. Good. Now I'm out of it. And he's out of it. Okay, tied. Let's try again. Okay, as long as he is... I can burn him pretty good. I want to get away from him so I can recast, but he's not letting me. His confusing walked right into me 3 turns in a row. And now we'll turn the walls into ice walls and armor up, and he will be in bad shape. We did not get Fanar. He is very much at large. And I miscasted Okuzobu's refrigeration. So we're going to pull deeply into the hallway here. Cast the refrigerator again? No. I think I have to blink and pray or teleport and pray. Teleport's probably safer. Yeah. I was very low MP. This is a fire spear, so I can take on ice beasts easily enough with it. Maybe, man. Refrigerate's pretty sweet. Maybe that's why I won my first game, indeed. Okay, lightning bolt. Oh, I got shatter? Okay, I have my first level 9 spells, Shatter and Tornado. And while I have no intention of ever doing... Oh, and apparently I found a source for getting Ignition. So see, this is something that I used to do all the time. I used to always pick Sifmuna because I loved the book gifts, and I loved getting every spell in the game eventually. But I'm slowly but surely realizing that that tends to happen one way or the other anyway. You almost always will find most spells. Maybe not all spells in the game, but certainly most spells. So that shouldn't be your reason for picking a deity. Now, Sifmuna's channel is an excellent reason, if that's still a thing. And now the new Sifmuna with Divine Exegesis, I haven't experimented with it yet, but it sounds pretty cool. That is to say, new Sifmuna will let you cast a spell from your spell library without learning it. It's a heavy piety cost, I'm pretty sure, so this is not like a case of you can cast any spell you like at any time. But it's nice to be able to launch that one Firestorm or Absolute Zero, that deadly unique, even without having done all the spell training required to get to it. That being said, I'm pretty sure there's some requirement or limitation based around sorry, distracted. Based around your piety and invocations. So if that's the case, you know, one step forward, two steps back. Okay, that shade is taking no damage. Learning which enemies are refrigerator immune is probably my next step, but basically, at this point, I think the pathway to running a Ice Mage becomes clear. Use your initial spellbooks, freeze Okazobu's armor, and Frozen Ramparts to get through the early game. Then you hold out for Refrigerator, which is not doing anything against this guy naturally. So we're just going to kill this guy the old-fashioned way with Mephitic stabs, burning, you know, number 3. I have a Dagger of Chaos, but I would rather just stay safe and poke him with my spear. And force him to walk against my walls. There we go. Burn away. If I put on the Ring of Ice, I will gain a boost to my magic power. And that will make my Refrigerator even stronger at 47% power instead of 37% power. Yeah, I'll take it. It technically drops my resist fire off, so I need to remember to take this ring off in the face of fire attacks, but yeah. Let's try and get as many of the little slimes in view as possible before refrigerating them. Twice! Even undead are taking some cold damage, so... See, ordinarily I would be dealing with this by what? Mephitic Cloud, Mephitic... Oh, 2 Freezing Clouds would kill most of these guys, eventually. But, 1 slug of the Refrigerator, and half of them are gone. 2 slugs, they're all gone. 3 slugs, and the new ones will go too. Oh, dang it. Miscast. Freeze. Am I wearing everything I think I am? Yeah. Are there any artifacts that I haven't looked at? Dang, so there's very few artifacts that have spawned so far. There is a Twisted Copper Amulet that I never bothered getting. Ooh, I can probably go for that now. Let's go for that. So what is in here that's scary is Viperbot's Ghost. Viperbot's Ghost is a venomous weaponed Minotaur Berserker of Trog. So don't get into melee with him. Immune to poison and negative energy, but not to cold. Most likely if I teleport in, I'm going to be 2 spaces away from the amulet I need. That's a good bet. Let's go for it. Okay. Refrigerate. 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 And that should be the end of that. Alright, do we have an ID scroll? If not, then we'll just wear it. That was actually very scary. Moth can be, but not when you have that big an advantage. Ugh. Guardian Spirit is the bane of my existence as a caster. Guardian Spirit will turn your mana into hit points, and not at a 1-to-1 rate either. So it's actually really good for a melee user who hasn't somehow killed off their magic, because it turns the resource you were never really going to use into a resource you totally can use. But for me, as a mage, the last thing I want is to get into melee with somebody who then hits me a couple times, and, you know, now I lost all my mana, so now I can't blink away from him. I can't run and gun, so to speak. So are you telling me I don't have any amulet right now? Because I'm afraid of Evocable Slow. I really should put on the Amulet of Hepos and just wing it. I mean, Evocable Slow is bad and all, but look at my resists now, and look at my resists with this thing. I have like 1 pip in everything except poison. This is a pretty good spread. I'll have to remember it when the situation comes up. It's that simple. Okay. So, any other artifacts that I need to be assessing? A Dazzling Chainmail is out of the question. I already have a hard enough time as it is. Casting reliably. Alright, back to the dungeon. Deeper and deeper. Way, way down. Can I take out an ice statue with my current armamentarium? Probably, but there's no point. He's not guarding anything. Alright, now we're getting deeper. You'll notice that those enemies remained sleeping for a very long time. It is the benefit of researching stealth constantly. Your relative stealth score remains quite good. Alright, this is bad. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. What? Water moccasin, eh? You can ignore the Ring of Fire. The odds of you ever using it are very low. Certainly not in the near future. So at this point I have 10 scrolls of enchant armor. I really need to be putting on some armor that's worth enchanting and then enchanting it up. But there's really nothing that I have that I want enchanted up particularly. I'm literally foregoing AC buffs that I could have. Is Okuzobo's refrigeration very silent? It seems like it is. Nah, it's a bit loud. Okay, that's at least something. Although even that tends to work in my favor when I'm at a point that I'm trying to draw in enemies so that I can cast a second round. Alright, what are we never gonna use, guys? We are not gonna use this, Whip of Freezing anymore. It's just not happening. Or the Dagger of Chaos. I would almost rather never use random effects. I would intentionally use acid or disintegrate or flame. Immolation could be useful. Summoning could be useful. Attraction will not be useful. And do I have an ID scroll? I don't. I definitely need to start IDing potions extra carefully. I still haven't found the mutation potion. I do not want a bad set of mutations to cost me this game. Oh yes, come on, more. Kill the herd. Let's back off here. I don't want to deal with the Wraith while I'm dealing with all that stuff. Alright, so I think we go open. Oh, there we go. They're going to open it for me, for sure. Armor up. Open the door. Refrigerate. Refrigerate. That was a miscast. Refrigerate. That was not a miscast. Get one more refrigerate before I run. Now I run. If I had magical capacity +9, that would be really nice. And P +9 would be really nice, because I'm running out of mana a lot. Which means I'm probably overextending with my refrigerators, to be honest. I probably should cast 2 before I run away instead of casting 3 or 4 before I run away. 1. One, 2. Hide in here to recover. Alright, well, that is cleared out. Poke. Finish him. 1, 2. Intelligence buff. So yeah, Freezing Cloud is chump change compared to this. Completely. Freezing Cloud allows me to situationally manipulate things. Like here I could have hurled a cloud that would have set them up to be taking damage over time while they approached me. But by comparison, I just walk right up to them and 1 cast kill them or 2 cast kill them. The potion drawback is a drawback. I just don't think it's that severe a drawback. The biggest issue I have is that because it doesn't deal with all situations, it's going to leave me in a situation where I'm tempted to think I can deal with more than I can. Like this. How am I going to deal with this guy? One time, I think. Yeah. Just pure damage. There we go. More than ever now, I'm feeling like Orb of Destruction would be nice. In those situations, I want to be able to just blow things up. But 82% speaks against it. I need Wizardry. I need the ability to cast these spells to be more reliable than it is. He can't blink me. He can only summon summons. How did you blink me? Oh, you're Roxanne. Oh, son of a bitch, you're Roxanne. Okay, what are your abilities exactly? Bolt of Magma, Lehodib's Crystal Spear, Iron Shot, Blink Other Close. You could kill me with a single shot, actually. If you wanted to. And you're not super damageable. And I think I need to run away. I hate to do this. I hate to use my Scroll of Blinking. But the more I think about it, the less options I feel like I have. Because I could be dead in 1 turn. I don't want to blink further into the unknown. And there's only like one safe square, so yeah, we're just gonna do this and get out of LOS and not do that again. I really thought that was a ice statue. I didn't realize that was a rock sand statue. It's unfortunate. I lost my only scroll of blinking, but it's better than dying. I always say that dying with a blinking scroll is like a blinking scroll is like a 1-up. You need to remember to use it, and you need to use it well, but there's no reason you should ever die while you still have one in your possession. Also, to anybody and everybody who's enjoying the stream, thank you so much for coming and watching. You're always welcome company. Feel free to also join me, hi guys, over here in the Crawl Craziac server, where I'm actually playing if you want to chat directly in-game, or follow along with Zero Lag. Okay, all these guys are blue, which means they're cold resist. Let's see what kind of damage I can do with refrigeration. That's a fifth of their health. That's very respectable damage. Alright, let's finish him. So I have above average attack speed with a Scimitar of Flaming. I'm tempted to use that preferentially over the Spear of Flaming, actually. Because the Scimitar is just a lot more direct damage, too. Spear is one of the first weapons you'll get in the game. I probably don't need a 7th teleport, but I would like a potion of invisibility if I don't already have one. And I may as well take it because I'm rich. And Scroll of Fear is like a mini blink in the right situation, so it's worth taking. Ooh. Artifacts. Many artifacts. So, while I'm very happy with the weapons I have and not really intending to use these as weapons, I still find it useful to ID these in case that they are... Well, here you go. If I were to wield this, I would have 2 tiers of Resist Necro and an Int +2 bonus. Now, as an actual weapon... Wait, how high is my Battle Axe skill? Oh shit, it's 10. So I have an above average attack speed. Oh no, I'm not wielding it yet. That's why it's saying that. Attack speed is below average. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. What was this? Oh, character dump. But wielding that does boost my int and my resist necro, so in a pinch I would instantly wield this for necrotic defense, and that's just logic right there. We can try out the mace next. I mean, at 6,000 gold, I'd be an idiot not to carry this, but I don't want to test wield it, just in case it has like distortion or something and then I'm stuck with it. I'd rather ID it with a scroll. So we're gonna wait until I find a scroll of ID to figure out what artifact I just picked up. Condenser Vein is awesome. They just fire attack clouds, so you can use that to attack things. +6 Ring of Intelligence, nice. We're gonna ditch the Ring of Ice because I feel like it's a liability I don't need right now. 1 pip of resistant everything instead of forgetting that I wasn't resistant and then dying. Condenser Vein, of course. I'm unlikely to ever wear Resist Corrosion in a pinch, or... Yeah, I can always come back for it, I guess. I'm past the point of needing Potion of Might. I would need Berserk Rage to have a shot at milling in an emergency. I don't need Strength +6, that's for damn sure. And we'll drop the pure Ring of Resist. Well, no, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, the Eye of Draining died in 1 shot there. That's pretty sweet. Oh wait, you're Rupert. Oh, fuck me, you're Rupert. How am I gonna deal with this? First things first, can I confuse you? Because that will make this job much easier. I can hurt you, but you just paralyzed me. We're just gonna teleport away from you. You have me very, very nervous right now. Rupert is still at large. I don't have a good single target damage to take him out with. Should I be poking around here? Rupert killed me once. It'd be a real pity to die to him twice. We're doing it. We're going back for... Oh no, we can't cast Orb of Destruction. That's the problem. What other tools should I be using? Okay, there he is again. Where's my condenser vein? Just fire that sucker. That'll be... If that's not poisoning him... He's poison resistant. He's immune to fucking Mephitic Cloud. No wonder I had such a hard time hitting him with it. Blew him up. Just straight refrigerators. No playing around. And actually, that's perfect. I'll put on the leather poison resist. And now I feel ready to tackle the spider nest. Theoretically. I mean, I'm resistant to poison, and I have not damaged my casting ability because I've been training armor. Yeah, I'm probably not going inside that for a while. But... I don't care if you berserk me, I'll deal with it. It's fine. Let me heal up. Notice that my HP is all the way up at 115. That's a pretty tanky amount of health for a pure caster. Well, then again, I'm not a pure caster, right? I'm a Gnoll, I'm a bit of everything. But 10 levels in fighting is pretty sweet. Okay, Entropy Weavers I know are scary, but I don't remember why. Entropic Weave. Corrodes the target with no direct line of fire required. Oh, well that's why. That's just horrifying. And it takes several slugs of the freezer to put you down? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I have a dig wand, so I need to be very bold about digging a hole, hiding in it, if I need to recover. Ooh, Asterion. I know you're scary, but I don't remember why. You're a Machlebite. Demon Blade of Electrocution, hated by Zin, extremely dangerous. No resistances. Do I take him or do I not? If I decide to take him, I have to run all the way back here to get away from him, and most of the level is unexplored. Those are good reasons not to take him on yet. Let's explore most of the level, so that random teleports are way more likely to save my life easily. And these demonic crawlers are still beating the piss out of me, so... It's not like I can dominate everything with my fridge just yet. So I must say, this is a very smooth run so far. It's gone very nicely. Okay, he's still asleep. So we're just gonna back off. Maybe I just leave him alone and come back for him later. When I do have Orb of Destruction ready to go. I mean, 71%, it's a ways off yet, but... Reminds me of the Hogwarts motto, or code, or whatever. Do not poke a sleeping dragon in the eye, right? Like, why would I go after him right now if he's not bothered by me? And look at all these pockets that a random teleport to escape him could have landed me in. Low mana, no ability to use potions because I Okazobu'd. No, it's better that I'm waiting it out. Alrighty, that's good. Alright, well, let's review. The Asterion is there. Staircases out or below, and most of the level is cleared. I'm not going up there. If he wants to wake up on his own and threaten me on my way out, he can. Ooh, interesting. So there's an ice cave there. I have to assume in an ice cave my chief modus of attack, Okazobu's refrigeration, will be heavily limited in value. On the flip side, I have to assume that in an ice cave, my ability to go to RC, RCC, and even RC triple will be of immense value. So I think we risk it. We're going in. Our first act is going to be to let the polar bears come to us and make sure that we are fully defended. RC times 1. Thank God I kept this on. RC times 2 with the added intelligence, please. And there's no amulet of RC. No, okay, so that's enough. The ice beasts did no damage, or took no damage whatsoever. So we're gonna have to do the actual playstyle of hiding in the corner as much as possible and armoring up. I'm pretty sure I can just take them straight up, but if not, I'll dig a hole and then I'll be fine. So yeah, this first welcome party I can definitely deal with. The ice statues that are doubtless waiting inside, I don't think I can deal with as well. Because again, I don't have a good single target direct damage spell yet. I was considering Borgnor's Vile Clutch. Maybe that's an option, but I'm pretty sure that's more of a mobility restrictor rather than a pure damage spell. I'm gonna have to read the fine print on it. Hey, come here. I don't want any monsters in that room when I go in there. Hey, come here. Oh wait, that's an iron troll. Son of a bitch, that's a biggie. I can get lightning bolt online. I could, oh, condenser vein. That did nothing. Fire? Okay, so you were not an iron troll at all when it comes to defenses. Okay, just loot. I'll definitely take that. Extra... I got my mapping back. That's nice. That's the biggest thing to be refunded on. Multiple ice statues in a gauntlet-like formation. Fair enough. So how do we deal with ice statues given my armamentarium? Ice statues can do Bolt of Cold, Freezing Cold, Icicle, all of which I heavily resist, and Ice Beat, which I do not have a good answer to. Yet. I bet I could just walk in there and kill them, though. Okay, not 4 of them, and definitely not with an ugly thing in the mix. So you, come to me. The rest of you, take a walk. Kill off the one thing that's a threat. And the rest of you, I mean, I know I can take out, so. Okay. Let's review. There are not 1, not 2, but 5 ice statues in near proximity. Can they be shattered? Oh yeah, absolute 0 is what I'm building towards. It didn't exist in prior runs that I've played this game, so I'm very curious to see it in action. Well, with all my ice resist, I just took virtually no damage from a triple assault. But virtually no damage doesn't last forever. I hate to do this, but I think I've got to back off here. I just don't see it. I don't see how I'm going to get rid of 5 of them in that close proximity. The one thing I could do is maybe try and just run past them, but without knowing what lies ahead... a pittance of loot. I tried. It didn't work. At least it didn't one-shot them anyway. And this is the kind of crap I'd be dealing with. No. I'm gonna back out of here. I don't need this ice cave in order to come ahead by a long shot. If I was missing some critical ice spell that I really need, maybe my armor could stand to be a little more resistant, but I can make RC++ without it, so it's better to live than to risk anything. Okay, well, that was a disappointment. You, come to me. You, come to me. I remember the statues used to die in one shot to disintegration. I don't know where or how, or if it was all statues or just some, but I do remember that. Like, they would resist, and then boom, they would just shatter. Alright, well, we're out of mana. Run and hide. I really need to stop running out of mana. I need to, like, run and hide at 8 or 10 instead of at 0 to 3. Do not care about javelins. Do care about identifying the artifact I have. Woo! Pain, stealth plus, and attack speed above average. And pain is relevant because I have necromancy trained up to 9 almost. Yeah, we're gonna give this bad boy a spin. You hit it, it rides in agony. Yeah, it works against living creatures. That's pretty sweet. Oh, it's not gonna work on a demonic crawler though, I'll bet. Immune to negative energy, resists electricity, poison, fire, and cold. Well, that's just shitty. I should probably get out of here. The more I'm doing this, the more I'm realizing that I'm not quite ready to take on the lowest depths that this place has to offer. Because if there were 5 of those guys at once, it'd be quite painful. Don't get me wrong, there's ready and there's ready. Obviously, if that was the only place to go, I could make it work. What I'm saying is, you should always start with the easiest possible way you can move forward and go from there, right? If you're at my level of play and you're not always winning and going for streaks or whatnot, or speed runs. So based on that, I would say best to wait until I have Orb of Destruction before I come back to this place. This might just be the thing that gave me Orb of Destruction. Let's find out. So we're gonna ditch something. Ditch flight, I guess. Seems irrelevant enough. And did I have a distortion weapon I was carrying? Yeah. We can lose that here because nothing here carries stuff for the most part. Alright, plus 12 intelligence, 36 intelligence. Now that really could help. Orb of D. 52%. 52% is not quite good enough. I really need a wizardry ring at this point to get the full reduction that I'm looking for. And I don't have a pip of RF now. I'm gonna need to swap that ring in when I need it. Ah! Spiders! Diders! Oh, this is gonna hurt. Should not have just stood there, waiting to be hit by an orb of destruction. Ooh, free book. Summon, summon, summon shadow creatures! Now we're in business. Shadow creatures is a very good spell. Oh. That is, unless I am terribly mistaken, a ghost moth. And ghost moths are the worst. With resistance to poison and cold, it's bound to hurt. I think what I need to do is start off by dumping my mana as fast as possible into whatever will give me value. Shadow creature of my own, extra armor, and this. Now I'm just going to swing at the square it's in and try and beat it up. I just lost all my mana. Yes, keep beating it up. Keep beating it up. There we go. Ghost moths are easily the scariest thing for a pure mage, because they will suck all your mana away, drain your stats. If you look at my stats, you'll see that they've been drained. And they're invisible, so you may not, depending on your see invisible, you may not know they're even there until it's a little bit too late. Then because they are leeching your mana, they're probably also, whatever escape spells you would typically be relying on to stay alive, they're probably ignoring. You do have one huge a trick you can use on them, which is they are invisible, but they do not see invisible. So you can use a potion of invisibility to vastly reduce their chance to hit you in a mutual and reciprocal fashion to the way that they are using their permanent invisibility to reduce your chance to hit them. But I find all of this to be useful information to a melee character and absolutely useless to a blaster caster, particularly when you realize they hit pretty hard. So yeah, I am more apprehensive by the minute for being here. And particularly since my brain is not as tight as it should be, I'm strongly considering calling it right here. Let's ID some of the crap in my inventory and get rid of it, please. Yep, I knew those were potions of mutation. That's why I've been desperately not picking them up. We're not going to need all of these stuff, so gotta pick some things to get rid of. I'm never going to use this. In any situations where I would need that, I would probably use a different weapon. I have enough mana that I can afford to be here a little longer. Let's ID my scimitar. Vorpal, drain on unequip, pure RC, int +4. This is actually even better than my current weapon, probably. Vorpal branding is excellent. It's probably a little faster, but int +4 makes it good for a sky weapon, and RC+++ admittedly counterfeits my cloak, but yeah. It does. The problem is the Ghost Moth will take you from full mana to 0 mana in 1 turn, or 2 turns, and then you're not going to get to use any of your spells. And then as your mana recovers bit at a time, it'll suck it. And if you use a potion of mana regen, you might get one spell off before it ruins you. Like, it's literally that bad. The only downside to this particular weapon seems to be that it drains on removal. Wait, does it drain on removal? Yeah, on removal. So if I'm using this, I have to stay on it for a long time. And I'm actually willing to do that. This is a pure RC plus situation here. But then again, I'm kind of getting a lot of value out of what I'm on now. Analysis paralysis is the worst. I'm just doing it. And then I can get undrained in the future if I have to. And now that I've done that, there's absolutely no point carrying around a short bow full of arrows, because I'm never swapping to them. I might use... Yeah, I'll dart, but I will never use that. Also, how is my Orb of Destruction looking now? 38%. There we go. We're pretty close to castable. Another one of those spells that feels like it's too good to be true is Shadow Creatures, because it scales perfectly with whatever dungeon floor level you're in. If you're in Zot 3, it's gonna send you Draconians and stuff. But if you're in Dungeon 14, then who knows, it could just send you a couple Jackal packs, maybe. Okay, this is a bad place to be. I just used my last refrigerator. So we're gonna run backwards towards the staircase. Not forwards towards the near one, but all the way back to the one I know for sure I can get to. And since I'm poison immune, we're gonna Mephitic at melee range. Or poison resistant. And now we can go back in. With full refrigerating capacity. Finish him. Spark Wasp, eh? I don't resist electricity, but you don't resist being dead! Just standing on the stair, camping until I either run out of mana or something actually threatens me. So stairs are by far the most powerful tool you have in Dungeon Crawl. I think one of the reasons Hell and the Abysses are so deadly is because you lose access to this feature. Lose the standard access to this feature. The ability to... Just imagine if there was a... ability that for a species that said spend 3 turns, recover all mana and HP. You'd use it every single time. Stairs do that for you. They let you get everything back. And so, effective play almost requires hugging a staircase every now and then. Are you resistant to poison arachne? Invisible, intelligent, and snare. Poison arrow, ooh, diavolo. But you don't have the ability to resist poison. Oh, you're holding the staff of poison. Well, shit. You resist poison. Come upstairs with me. Let's not fight over here. Let's fight here. Where I can really mess you up. Oh no, I can't drink potions. Oh shit, I can't drink potions. I completely forgot about that. And I don't have blink. I just got myself killed. Because I can't drink potions. That served me right. That served me completely right. I can't even fault the game at all. It's You just get so habituated to how you play that you don't think things through. I didn't have to take her on at all. I could have backed off. I didn't have to fight her. I certainly didn't have to fight her like this. And the thing is, even if I kill her now, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get enough HP back to live. So this is with resist poison in play. There's no means of giving myself back HP that would apply. I can't drink cancellation or wounds. Oh, I can petition a potion from Gazog. I wonder if that will bypass the can't use potions effect. Heal wounds, curing, magic, resistance, and might with Berserk Rage. I don't know if it'll work or not. But here goes. Holy crap! Okay. 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 Okay, for anyone watching, for anyone listening, for anyone on stream, for anyone YouTubing this later, this is the #1 most important lesson you can learn from me on how to get good at crawl. And I'm sure it applies to other games in this genre too, but definitely Dungeon Crawl. When things are at their worst, when the game is over, when you've lost, when the moment you realize a situation is bad, stop. Take your hands off the keyboard, stop moving, and think. Think of every fucking thing. Think of everything. Look at all your items. Look at your abilities. I was thinking of dumb things when I was looking. I was thinking of, is there a way that I could equip something that gives me +5 HP? Like, that doesn't even exist in the game, but I was really looking through it. And that's the only reason I'm alive, because what else? I mean, you're dead in that situation, right? There's nothing you can do. It's game over. 1 HP, no use of potions. But the fact that you slow down and think is the only thing that gives you a shot. And the worst feeling in the world is to die, then look at your item list and say, oh, I could have blod. Now, I grant that in this particular situation, I did not have to do what I did. I should have used just a curing potion and been done with it, but I was pretty sure it wasn't going to work, so I went all out. We're just going to stay here and heal up fully. Yeah, same, but I don't think it's a potion. I think it's a potion effect. Yes, you can petition Gozog for potion effects, not for a potion itself. So, he draws from the pool of potions to give you a shot at using what they would do for you. No wonder it's expensive as all get out, but my god, I just don't believe I'm alive. Guys, this run, I went down to 1 HP. Oh, mercy. Alrighty. This is probably the right time to stop while I'm still alive and ahead. So I'm going to go to the Orcish Mines and pick up the Orb of Destruction that I've kept talking about and wanting and thinking that I would put off getting, because it just makes sense now. Borgnor's is still something to consider one day. Starburst, I think I already have Ignition in my list now. I do. So I don't need to buy it. But I will pay the exorbitant price of 630 for the Book of Power. That is fine. And then I will promptly get Orb of Destruction for a nice, reliable, single target, high damage attack. Which I may or may not require, but there are definitely situations like where you're facing... If you're standing there and an Ice Fiend is standing 5 squares away, infinitely prefer to send an Orb of Destruction than to send a Cold Wave, right? So, it just makes sense. Okay. But yeah, lesson for everyone. You sometimes are going to get caught with your pants down or playing too fast or whatever and die, and that sucks. But getting into an autopilot rhythm is fine. That's what you got to do in order to play this game. But the moment you realize that things are getting serious or slow or challenging or whatever, the moment, in short, where you know that you're not doing well, that is the exact moment that you need to stop, take your hands off the keyboard, then look at your items and think. And then if you're gonna die, go right ahead and die. I mean, come on. This is a freaking roguelike. It's not exactly an easy game. There's many situations where you're just gonna be dead and nothing you can do about it. But for the love of God, don't put yourself in that situation without having given yourself every possible shot at winning first. Because it's way too easy to screw up, and oh man, am I glad that I just was playing while talking, because that's a good ring. Remember how I said I needed the ability to fly to do the swamp, and how I need wizardry right now more than anything else? Well, now I have wizardry, and yeah, Orb of Destruction is much more castable now. Ignition is going to come online at some point, and this is just getting better and better. Ooh, what's Agnes? Extremely intelligent, dangerous, fast, and small Spriggan. A Lajatong of Pain. This would be the time to equip the Battle Axe of RN+++++. I could try to stab her. Or I could do the smart thing and leave this for tomorrow. Yes, that's probably better. Alright, but yeah, thank you all for watching. It's 2 a.m. here, so I really need to call it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope you all were excited like I was, but without getting your heart rates quite as high as mine went. Definitely this is getting posted to YouTube. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.